Good morning. Today's chapter is going to be Matthew 26, starting from Matthew 26:1, and it reads, Now it came to pass when Jesus had finished all of these things that he said to his disciples, You know that after 2 days is the Passover, and the Son of Man will be delivered up to be crucified. Then the chief priests, the scribes, the elders of the people assembled at the palace of the high priest, who was called Cephas, and plotted to take Jesus by trickery and kill him. But they said, Not during the feast, lest there be an uproar amongst the people. And Jesus was in Bethany at the house of Simon the leper. A woman came to him having an alabaster flask, a very costly fragrant oil. She poured it out on his head as he sat at the table. But when his disciples saw it, they were indignant, saying, Why this waste? For this fragrant oil may have been sold for as much to give to the poor. But when Jesus was aware of it, he said to them, Why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a good work for me. For you have the poor with you always, but me you do not have always. For in pouring this fragrant oil on my body, she did it for my burial. Assuredly I say to you, whether this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told as a memorial to her. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, What are you willing to give me to deliver him to you? And they counted him out 30 pieces of silver. So from that time he sought opportunity to betray him. Now on the first day of the feast of the unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying to him, Where do you want us to prepare for you to eat the Passover? And he said, Go into the city to a certain man and say to him, The teacher says, My time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at your house with my disciples. So the disciples did as Jesus directed them, and they prepared the Passover. When the evening had came, he sat down with the 12. Now they were eating and said, Surely I say to you, one of you will betray me. And they were exceedingly sorrowful. And each of them began to say to him, Lord, is it I? And he answered and said, He who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me. The Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written of him. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been good for that man had not been born. Then Judas, who was betraying him, answered and said, Rabbi, is it I? And he said, You have said it. And as they were eating, Jesus took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to the disciples and said, Take, eat, this is my body. Then he took the cup and gave thanks and said, and gave it to them, saying, Drink from it, all of you, for this is the blood of my new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say to you, I will not drink of this fruit of this vine from now on until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when he had sung a hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. Then Jesus said to them, All of you will be to stumble because of me this night. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee. Peter answered him and said, Even if all are made to stumble because of you, I will never be made to stumble. Jesus said to him, Assuredly, I say to you that this night before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. Peter said to him, Even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you. And so said all his disciples. Then Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and said to the disciples, Sit over here while I go pray over there. And took with him Peter and 2 sons of Zebedee. He began to sorrowfully and deeply distressed. Then he said to them, My soul is exceedingly sorrowed, even to death. Stay here and watch with me. He went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. Then came to the disciples and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, What, could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Again, a second time he went to pray, and he prayed, saying, O Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done. And he came and found them asleep again. Their eyes were heavy, so he left them and went away again. And he prayed the 3rd time, saying the same words. Then he came to his disciples and said to them, Are you still sleeping and resting? Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand. And while he was still speaking, behold, Judas, one of the 12, with a great multitude with swords, clubs, came from the priests, chief priests, and elders of the people. Now his betrayer had given them a sign, saying, Whoever I kiss, he is the one. Seize him. Immediately he went up to Jesus and said, Greetings, Rabbi, and kissed him. But Jesus said, Friend, why have you come? Then they came and laid hands on Jesus and took him. And suddenly one of those who were with Jesus stretched out his hand and drew his sword, struck the servant of the high priest, and cut off his ear. But Jesus said to him, Put your sword in its place, for all those who take the sword will perish by the sword. Or do you think that I cannot pray to my Father, and he will provide me with more than 12 legions of angels? How then the scriptures be fulfilled, that it must happen thus? At the hour Jesus said to the multitudes, Have you come out as against robber, with swords, clubs to take me? I sat daily with you, teaching you in the temple, and you did not seize me. But all this done, that scriptures of the prophets may be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. And those who had laid hold of Jesus led him away to Cephas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. But Peter followed him at a distance in the high priest's courtyard. And when he went out and sat with the servants to see the end, now the chief priests, the elders, and all the council sought false testimony against Jesus to put him to death, but found none. Even though many false witnesses came forward, they found none. But at least 2 false witnesses came forward and said, This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said to him, Do you answer nothing? What is these things these men testify against you? But Jesus kept silent. The high priest answered and said to him, I put you under oath by the living God. Tell us you are the Christ, the Son of God. Jesus said to him, It is as you said. Nevertheless, I say to you, hereafter you will see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Then the high priest tore his clothes, saying, He has spoken blasphemy. What further need do we have of witnesses? Look, now you have heard his blasphemy. What do you think? They answered and said, He is deserving of death. They spat in his face and beat him. And others struck him with the palms of their hands, saying, Prophecy to us, Christ. Who is the one who struck you? Now Peter sat outside in the courtyard, and the servant girl came to him, saying, You also were with Jesus of Galilee. But he denied it before them all, saying, I don't know what you're saying. And when he had gone out the gate the other way, another girl saw him and said, Those who were there, this fellow was also with Jesus of Nazareth. But he began to deny the oath, I do not know the man. And a little later, who stood by came up and said, Surely you also are one of them, for your speech betrays you. Then he began to curse and swear, saying, I do not know the man. Immediately a rooster crowed, and Peter remembered the word of Jesus, who had said to him, Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. So he went out and wept bitterly. That was Matthew 26. I pray that whoever this was meant for, that it reaches you on good ground. And I pray that you be a doer of the word and not just a hearer of the word. In Jesus' name, thank you for listening.
Yeah, the Flourish Life music. Feel me? Listen. With a needle on your compass, wouldn't tell me where you headed. All information coming to me, ball break the dreaded. I am the law, the evil doers, I be judged straightened. Got a temper like my father since my brother's re-erections. 3 days, then he rose, with power to control. The hours getting late and Jesus coming, then we roll. New heaven and the new earth, my baptism rebirth. Drinking living water, sipping slow, quenching my thirst. This is just the practice to the next one, rehearse. Until then we curse, until the ground we work. Till then the gospel I'ma learn. Research, lunch and then dessert, the leader reward dessert. Carrying the mantle, I don't drop it cause my knees hurt. Strengthening my backbone until it's done and I'm home. I'ma be where I'm sick, communicate with no phone. Similar to ET, fingers up the phone home. I'm not wrong, but I'm right. I be hot till I'm ice. I be real till they duplicate my flow and pay the price. I'm the truth, I refuse to tell a lie to get your likes. I am more than what is hype. Steady running, strap your nice. I'm not wrong, but I'm right. I be hot till I'm ice. I be real till they duplicate my flow and pay the price. I'm the truth and refuse to tell a lie to get your likes. I am more than what is hype. Steady running, strap your nice. Who are you to tell me that I'm wrong? Right? We gon' sit in here and argue what's a long night. No, we can't even remember how it started. Over something dumb, conversation is retarded. She think I'm being Hollywood because I am an artist. And we can't stop it without me being the hardest. Pardon me, cause I'm blessed with a gift to speak to the world, make the spirits uplift. I know that you're my girl, we established that fine. I also got a career that takes a lot of time. Listen, calm down, listen to me talk. I can't get out a word, now you wanna hear me walk. You stressing me for what? That's how the problems start. You see me in the light, trying to drag me to the dark. Man, why? I don't know. We gon' find out. I'm not wrong, but I'm right. I be hot till I'm ice. I be real till they duplicate my flow and pay the price. I'm the truth. I refuse to tell a lie to get your likes. I am more than what is hype. Steady running, strap your nice. I'm not wrong, but I'm right. I be hot till I'm ice. I be real till they duplicate my flow and pay the price. I'm the truth and refuse to tell a lie to get your likes. I am more than what is hype. Steady running, strap your nice.